Right? The Sun Temple all the way to the left. Right, you see it? This is Vicksburg, Mississippi now. Sun Temple on the left. We going to the right. There are 7 monuments on top of mounds. There's 7 people. This stuff is on top of mounds built just like Egypt in Mississippi. That's why they put the military park on top of it so you won't see your ancient culture on the ground in Mississippi. Roll the corn. That is the Sun Temple and the Pleiades, just like Egypt. Roll the corn. She said, what is with the corn? If you don't know about now, you will never know. We know the truth now.
Shoes there. There are no shoes in nobody's house. I didn't go to nobody's house or living place where they wore shoes at. And the house is elevated over the street by at least a foot architecturally, right? Now, this becomes very important for cleanliness and knowing the exactitude of how to live in abundance and to call upon the ancestors to be there for you. I've never met nobody with a dog in their house either. A lot of people be asking for blessings, and you be begging for blessings to come. And even Islamic traditions say that angels do not go in houses where dogs is at. You heard? There's something significant about them just being able to have the ability to defecate anywhere and to drool anywhere.
Hi.
It is kind of weird.
It's bizarre. Like, they're erupting. It's bizarre. I've never seen anything like this in my life. And why is there a stick, like, just...
Neek. So we just gonna act like we don't know who that is. Miss Monique. Somebody ignorant gonna say, well, you said it because she's black? No. Look at her eyes. Look at the mannerisms. That's Monique all day. Oh, God, help us. Are we sure? Are we sure about that? Monique. Let's not. Oh, I bet you are. They're already here, ain't they? That's Monique. Look at.
We are confused. We don't know where to go. So most people go to the light and they'll be recycled back into the reincarnation. But now the reincarnation, a lot of the reincarnation has stopped. Children is coming now. It's been in the cycle of reincarnation probably 40 years ago, just getting here. You see what I'm saying? Or 20 years ago. So the reincarnation is slowing down because that's incarceration. So what you're going to do when that person dies, like I say, you take that person, you call upon that person, you call upon the god Anubis. You can do it 2 ways. Anubis is the dog-headed god in Egypt, the jackal-headed god, and you say, you tell your ancestor to grab him by the hand. You do this all in the realm of imagination, because imagination is the reality, this is the illusion. Door of light, and you say, you tell them to either follow Anubis with a male body, or you want to do one where he's an actual dog. It looks like a Doberman Pinscher, but it's called a griffin. It's extinct now. It was a dog that the Egyptians knew. It could see from in front and back at the same time. It was a dog that could see behind his head and in front of his head at the same time. And that's what they made this Anubis thing from. But grab this Anubis' hand and you have them lead them into the to that door of light. And that way that soul can go where it's supposed to go. Because that's what we're going to get into tonight. on what we're supposed to do and where we're supposed to be at this particular time. And you don't have to die to be there. You just got to be on a certain track. You see what I'm saying? So you want to do that to those particular ancestors and stuff like that.
D4K.co.
Die for knowledge.
Codes, how to cook greens and all that bullshit. Collard greens, and y'all out there eating it, black folks. Look it up. There's nothing you can get in your body that collard greens won't heal. But once you cook it, you destroy the nutrition in it. There's a universal God. There's a guy in Italy that can kill any form of cancer you got with baking soda. But it can have aluminum in it. And so we sitting here listening to a rhythm from the church. That's all they know. Instead of listening for a rhythm that put your nose here trillions of years ago, and it ain't gonna make a mistake. It has your nose where your ear is supposed to be and your eye where your knees are. And y'all don't follow the winner? This brother go to the racetrack or go to the casino here and win him $2 million every night. And you gonna follow me who's on welfare? This is what this is about.
American?
Yeah.
But then, check it out, I'm 16% Mongolian.
Come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this. Must be from your dad's side.
You'll see. Yeah, so that's my composition. Then you gotta go to DNA relatives. And this is where they'll have yours at. So did you think that about me? That I gotta be Mongolian or something?
No, I didn't think it'd be that.
So here's yours. It's 51.71% DNA shared. So I have more of your DNA than my dad's. Oh, here we go. Our ancestry composition. So here's you and me. So like I'm 82.6 Native American and you're 89.2. So, but it says you're 57.2% Native American and you're 16.3% Mongolian.
Oh.
You have the Mongolian ancestry.
Mongolian? Is that with Asian?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm the last one to notice this super tiny detail in the movie Get Out. So when they're at the party, Chris is the only one in blue, right? Whereas everyone else is wearing black, white, and red. Little red motifs throughout like everybody's outfit, right? Very common, a lot of symbolism going on there, right? And it gets to this part of the party where he meets this other guy who clearly is still like, you know, in the sunken place or whatever. He has the blue on his hat. Again, this we already know. A lot of symbolism going on here, right? When this lady walks up to him, she hands him a red napkin and he puts it inside his pocket. Like, that little tiny detail of like signifying to the audience that like, yes, he has the blue on the outside just like Chris, but on the inside he's red. Like that little napkin, like he has a little red piece just like everybody else has at the party. Why did I not notice that little napkin until right now?
They sped the world up 8 years. Go look at Ethiopian time and dates. You'll see that America and the rest of the world is ahead 8 years. So in the year 2000, it was actually the year 1992. And when you thought the Antichrist was coming and was supposed to come and did not show, you said God wasn't real and that wasn't real. But that wasn't the true time. Okay? When the year 2008 came, that means it was really the year what? 2000. And what happened in the year 2008 that's so significant to us? Obama got elected president. So then the year 2008, which was really the year 2000, Obama got elected president of the United States of America. So then the Antichrist did come in that year. It's just they sped the time up so you wouldn't know what year it is. When the year 2000 was here on your clock and everybody was scared, Y2K, computers starting over, Antichrist coming, it was actually only the year 1998. Okay? Now when the year 2008 came, it was actually the year what? 2000. But I'm gonna show y'all how they even added an extra 1,000 years to the calendar and gave you a fake history to support it. So stay tuned, and you better get to me in person, because they're gonna.
Does pink mean? Pink is a masculine color, and we got to talk about that too, because the European have changed our colors up. Got y'all thinking that pink is feminine when pink is very masculine. Pink is a lighter shade of red. Red is a masculine color. It's acidic. It's acidic. Orange is a masculine color. Once you start getting it up to your blues and your purples and your greens, these are feminine colors when you truly get into the culture. These are feminine colors. And then that's why they're more alkaline in nature. That's why the summer is very hot. That's alkaline. That's masculine. The winter is very cold. It's soothing. It's nurturing. It makes you want to go in the house and bundle up and you know, chill out. That's alkaline. That's why you catch a cold, you start detoxing. Alkaline. You see that? So pink is nothing but a derivative of red. And pink is not a female color, y'all. Pink is actually a masculine color. Pink is a masculine color. If all you got to do is go back home and they will show you that, and they will break down the frequencies of pink. So there's no such thing as pink. Pink is nothing but a different vibrational frequency of the color red.
Yo, Mike almost came out.
Identify politically, whether you're Democrat, Republican, Independent, or none of the above. This is our time to stand up for what we know in our hearts is right.
Have to go get the rappers when it's time for us to vote.
Yeah.
In no other time outside of voting do you see them stand next to Megan, stand next to Quavo. No other time do they do this.
Yeah.
The last time we saw them do this, they were standing with Diddy. And Diddy was rocking the vote or die as he was in the hole, but he was trying to get us to vote or die. You don't think they knew Diddy was doing that back then, and the rumors still circulated around him, but they still got him and said, vote or die, y'all. Diddy pushed the whole campaign to vote or die. So every 8 years, they're going to get a bunch of rapper celebrities and stand with them, and we don't ever see it again. Why won't they go stand with Ice Cube? Trump did. Think about that, man. Why won't Kamala and them go look at what Ice Cube put down? Biden wouldn't look at it. No Democratic looked at it. Trump went and peeked at it. Yeah. And Ice Cube got a lot of flack from black people because he let Trump look at it. You're supposed to let both of them look at it and see who can do what. Why are we stuck on one side? Why do we only look at one side of the coin? Why don't we ever look at both sides of the coin and try to make a decision? Why do we blindly vote Democrat? Have you ever asked yourself that? Why? And Democrats have never done nothing for black people ever in the history of America. Zero. Other than giving them government entitlements. So let me just say this. The Democratic and the Liberal Party is our slave plantation because that's where we come from, as slaves. And that's facts. So you got some people say, well, the party switched during Lyndon B. Johnson. No. The Democrats became very clever during Nixon's Southern strategy. It was called Nixon's Southern strategy, not LBJ. LBJ was the one that came along and said, I'm going to have these voting Democrat for the next 200 years. It's only been 50 years. So we got another 150 years before we change our voting pattern. By way of L.B. Johnson, the Democratic president. And he called us, he said it. I'm going to have these voting Democrat for the next 200 years. That's why you vote Democrat. You're programmed to do it.
These migrants are getting worse, and a lot of the media is not covering it. A 19-year-old Venezuelan migrant just literally shot 2 police officers in New York City, NYPD, at point blank. He shot them at point blank range. Now they have him in custody and he's being charged, but what they are saying is that he basically is stating that a gang is instructing him to shoot at cops. Now we know what has happened in Aurora, Colorado. If y'all don't know, it's not even happening in just Aurora. Now it's transferring to even Denver, Colorado. What is happening is there are squatter laws in Colorado. And what squatter laws are, the fact that they even still exist in Colorado and it is legal, it blows my mind. The apartment building in Colorado was actually condemned because of the code violations. Now, what tenants was saying is that they were threatening the management or the people that was over the building and not allowing staff to come into the building to like fix it up and things of that nature. Sanctuary city. So Colorado is a sanctuary city, and what that does is it limits. I don't know how much of it is true, but I heard that they were waiting for the older tenants to move out, and then they would move in other tenants and would be taking the money and rent from those tenants. Now, also in Denver, I'm hearing that they broke into many gun stores, and they are trying to do the same thing in Denver. Not only that, we have to be mindful of who we let all of those younger age men come over to the border. We did not lock the border down. And I remember doing a video talking about the border. And here's what I'm saying. I don't have a problem with immigrants coming over here, especially when they have dealt with the things that they deal with in their different countries, giving them an opportunity. That's not the point. But the proper thing to do is literally making sure we are coming over, their background. Without proper management, this makes no sense. And when I talked about it last time, a lot of people was in my comments trying to come for me. But look, now y'all see what is happening. And then the media is not even reporting or even trying to talk about this. They're trying to push this under the rug. But not only that, the resources that our country is spending on these migrants that have came over, we already know with the EBT and how they have been supportive to these migrants who have came over into our country blows my mind in itself. That's a whole nother video, a whole nother conversation. Don't nobody want to talk about this stuff unless it's on your own doorstep. Oh yeah, let them come over, do this. They benefit, da. But when it's on your own doorstep, then you gonna have a problem with it. It has been said that these Venezuelan gangs are getting worser. I've even been hearing that there is an apartment building also in Dallas, Texas. Something similar to what has happened in Aurora, Colorado is happening with these Venezuelan gangs. I went to try to research it and look. I didn't find anything, but I think the name is called Versailles or something like that, apartments. But if anybody is in Dallas, Texas, you know about this, please let me know because I'm on the heels of this, okay? Even with the DNC that is coming up in Chicago, which is like a neighboring city to me, I believe that they will be also kicked up during this coming week because we know that there are also Venezuelan gangs and things of that nature in the Chicago area as well. Some time ago, I got on this app and I said that the Holy Spirit had led me to tell people begin to learn to pray all throughout your day, covering your cars, covering your children, covering your homes. I literally said that, covering your doorsteps, covering every area, your jobs, covering yourself in prayer. We know that prayer is a spiritual transaction. So going before the Lord and covering yourself in the blood of Jesus in everything, your cars and everything you can think of, covering yourself in the blood of Jesus in prayer, because the times that we're living in is unprecedented. We're going to see a lot more unprecedented things that will be taking place in this country. One thing for sure, they not gonna be able to go into the hoods of Chicago and do this. Because if you remember Cabrini Green, Venezuelan gangs ain't got nothing on the Cabrini Green, okay? Go research Cabrini Green. It'll tell you everything you need to know. And that's how you know they are targeting certain areas, because in certain areas, you're not going to be able to pull this taking over apartment building. You ain't going to be able to do that crap, not in Chi-Town. Have you heard of Chi-Town? It ain't Chicago no more. It's called the Chi-Town, okay? Ooh, the Venezuelans, people, they about to get a run for their money messing with the Chi, okay? I'm trying to tell y'all. Anyway, y'all stay prayed up, because the times that we are living in is unprecedented, and you have to cover your homes, cover your areas, be wise, get you a pum-pum. I'm gonna leave that alone. Some of the saints gonna be mad at me, but I believe in a pum-pum. I believe in a pum-pum in this hour. I believe in that. Pum-pum and the blood of Jesus. Okay, I gotta let this thing go.
That Venezuela, for example, is emptying their prisons and their rehabilitation centers with the understanding you get out if you leave here and go to the United States.
Yes.
And DHS has, in writing, said, we know that's happening. We know they're coming here. We're processing them in and have no idea where they are.
Correct.
So you're telling me that DHS has acknowledged that
it was taken from West Africa to Antarctica as part of an experiment to see if melanated people could survive in the cold. But have y'all heard of the Bashenga tribe? Pictures of the Bashenga people along with leaked CIA documents have been circulated in the dark web. This is super weird. It said that this tribe was taken from West Africa to Antarctica as part of an experiment to see if melanated people could survive in the cold. But it gets really dark because the population of the tribe was reportedly ended after an anthropologist accidentally brought smallpox to the community. What's really strange is that there are pictures of artifacts and very tall wooden structures. Where did they get the wood from? Were there trees in Antarctica? Over time, the Bashenga people were claimed to have adapted to the cold in strange and amazing ways. They were happy to swim in the freezing sea and wore very little clothing, thriving in conditions that should have been impossible for them to endure. Researchers were apparently baffled by this, unable to understand how these adaptations were possible and unable to understand the language. The reports also describe a strange event involving the Bashenga people drinking a strange brown liquid and hallucinating, but there are no further details.
What if 2020 was the rapture? And that's why they kept us inside. That's why they kept us in the house. That's why all of our people, all of our loved ones passed away. And we are here to try to figure it out. What if 2020 was the rapture, y'all? I'm just saying. Because after 2020, nothing else, it don't feel the same. Nothing feels the same, y'all. We lost all of our loved ones all across the world, y'all. And they kept us in the house so we wouldn't really see what was going on. What if 2020 was the rapture? It's like we're on a whole different timeline after 2020, y'all. Make it make sense to me. What's really going on? They shut the whole world down, the whole country down, y'all. And everybody passed away. We lost loved ones. So it's safe to, you got to ask yourself this question. What if 2020 was the rapture that everybody was speaking of? And we here to figure it out. We here because we haven't learned our lessons, y'all. Make it make sense. Get in the comment section and let me know what you think. What if 2020 was the rapture? Because nothing has been the same ever since 2020. We was locked in the house, so we wouldn't know what was going on. They only fed us that nonsense about COVID to keep us in fear. But what if the rapture was in 2020? What if it already happened? Make it make sense. Make it make sense, y'all.
Anytime you see Trump in the red tie, that's him. And he got any other color tie, that's his clone. Okay? When you get home tonight, look at your modern car keys. You have one? No, I didn't ask you. Do you have one?
Have a modern car key?
The car key, you open your car.
Yes, sir.
Will it open your door?
No, sir.
Huh? It will?
It has an electronic thing.
I didn't ask that. I said, will it open your car door?
Yes, sir. Yes,
See,
sir.
that's why you can't learn nothing. Somebody asks you something, and you go into some other. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
What I'm saying, you and I can leave here and walk to California and punch that key all the way there and it won't open up nobody's car but yours. And you think this punk is a chump? That's a toy. Did you hear me? It won't open up nobody's car door but yours. And that's what he lets you know about.
Believe that Danielle is a woman. You believe that I am a woman.
I believe, like she said, she's a woman.
Okay.
And she made it very clear that they understand the difference. But if
What
somebody
is the difference? That's what I'd like you to answer, Ray J. Ray J.
What is the difference? Well, I would say what's the difference is what you have. Like what's on you. You know what I mean? And there is really no difference but what your preference is outside of work, outside of us coming together and doing what we need to do to finish the goal at hand.
No, but what is the difference between me and Danielle?
Woman, and you're a
the
biological woman. Is that the word? Yeah, because I'm getting educated every day on it, right?
I asked a lot of questions.
But you're getting educated on speech rather than being educated on what you know to be right and wrong.
Well, no, I know. Well, not right and wrong. I just know what's the difference.
So if you have to differentiate, and I'm glad that you are, because I do think that's much more respectful than where a lot of people are coming from, who self-identify as. But if you have to delineate, if you have to say I'm a woman and Candace is a woman, then that necessarily means that we are not the same, right? We are something different.
I think everybody is different.
Great warrior is not going to wish to war. And they put us under these spells through their education. And it was during these spells, and then, you know, ancestors started to transcend the realm, and the kids were starting to grow up. Now kids was growing up in these spells. Even with a lot of the land they got, the land was ceded to them.
A true warrior fights not with rage, but with purpose, finding strength in discipline and peace in courage.
That Christ-like energy that they talk about in Jesus' story, that's you. That's you. That's why I always told you, Jesus isn't real, but the story is. That's you. Now, to understand what makes you a rising ascended master, you have to understand what an ascended master is. Most of the ascended masters are teachers all throughout the galaxy, all throughout the multiverse. You are a natural born healer. You are a natural teacher. That's your purpose. And we have galactic codes. And ascended masters are the adepts of the cosmos, able to communicate with all different forms of life. That's a tribe. We have millions upon millions of different tribes, cosmic tribes. When you think of a tribe, you think about the goddamn Indians. You see, you think about the Cherokee, which is us, but that's the physical tribes. We not on Earth right now. We in the constellations in this lecture. I'm talking to you about the cosmic tribes. And you have ascended masters being so advanced, right?